Hi, I'm Deviani. I want to talk to you about why is real estate investing great for everybody? Well, if you're somebody who hates, if you hate your job, this is a great career to have. There's so many different strategies that we can use when it comes to real estate investing that every type of personality can find their groove. Okay, and it's just about getting educated in the different ways. But let me talk to those of you who love your job. Say you love your job and love what you do, and you don't want to quit. You're going to retire, at that job. Well, there's still a lot of benefits to investing in real estate, and so I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say that you learned how you can acquire properties without money out of pocket or very little money out of pocket, and every year you purchase one house. Okay, so for 10 years you buy one house every year, and this house you might have you will owe on it, and you're going to make that monthly mortgage payment. Okay, but you're going to rent out the house, and that rent the rent is going to make the payment, right? So you're not paying for it, your renters are paying for it. They're buying the house for you. And you might have a 30-year mortgage, but there's something called velocity banking that shows you, without changing your lifestyle, how to pay off a mortgage in 5 to 7 years versus 30 years. Yeah, it's for real. I mean, it's just a different way of making the payments. Not making more payments, okay, just a different way of doing it. So you can pay it off in 5 to 7 years. So you buy one house this year, next year you buy another one, next year, and all these houses are being paid off in 5 to 7 years by your renters. So in somewhat year, in 10, 15 years, all these houses will be paid off. Okay, so then you're gonna own 10 houses free and clear. What could that be? So if you don't owe a mortgage payment, your renters might be paying $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 sometimes per month in rent, most of which you can pocket because you do have to pay real estate taxes, but it's all minimal at that point. So let's just say it's $1,000. So 10 houses bringing in $1,000 each. That's $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year. Could you live on that when you retire? Now, I know retirement might be a little, a few years down the line, and there's inflation and all of that. Maybe it's not 120 isn't worth as much then as it is now. But keep in mind that your rent, the rent that you collect is also going to go up, because as the years pass, rent always goes up. Even if it doesn't go up every year, over time, it goes up. So that 120 might be 150, might be 200 after 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it might be. Now we don't have to worry about retirement. I mean, is that cash flow that's coming in a little bit more reliable than Social Security, for example? Or maybe you do put money into 401ks and IRAs, and that money, I mean, that's great, but how much, I mean, there's a limit as to how much we can save, right? It's based on how much we make and what our expenses are. And if we have kids are expensive, right? So let's say college, right? You have 3 kids and you do want them to go to college if they want to go. How much is college going to cost by the time they go? Or even now, $100,000 per child, let's just say. Okay, so you have 10 houses. Let's say you dedicate 3 of them for your 3 kids. So when one is ready to go to college, you can sell it, get that $100,000, $200,000 in equity that you have in that house, and pay for their college. They don't have to graduate with debt, and you don't have to take out a loan either to pay for their college. And you don't have to sacrifice your lifestyle right now to save money for them to go to college. And another way to do that is not to necessarily sell the house, but take the rent that's coming in from that house to make the tuition payments and pay for their housing and stuff. Oh, what if you bought a house that's close to a college and they go to that college? Now they can live in that house. And then they can have roommates who, other college students, and they rent out some of the rooms. And can you see where I'm going with this? The possibilities are just endless. And not to mention the tax savings and different ways you make money by owning property with appreciation and depreciation while you own all these properties, like starting this year. And the whole time that you own them. And then um, then there's thinking about retirement. Like I mentioned it already, but what else could you do? Like, what if you took the fourth house and you sold it, or you just take the payment to buy a house? Let's say you live in Chicago, like me, and I love Chicago. Like I don't want to move anywhere else, but the winters are seriously depressing. I mean, for me, like every year, I just don't want to be here. What if you go take that money from the fourth house and buy a house in, I don't know, Houston or wherever else? And every winter you go there, and summer you're back in Chicago, so you can have the best of both worlds. I mean, I get a little excited talking about all of this. So whether real estate investing is going to be a career for you, or it's just another way to, I mean, it's a way to create security in your life. There's something for everybody. And all it takes is a desire to learn the strategies. And that's what our real estate investing community is all about.